Hello and welcome back, my beautiful froggy army, to another video. Today, as you can see by the title, and if you clicked on this video, you already know, we're gonna do another build today. Leapfrog is actually getting really close to being done. Basically, the whole outer edge of my island, on the other side of my river, does not have stuff on it. So, today we're gonna be building a post office, and this also solves another problem of mine, which is I don't know where to put my mailbox. I always keep my mailbox in my inventory or I put it somewhere random on my island because I use it a lot to take mailbox pictures for Instagram, and it also doesn't fit in my front yard because my whole yard is decorated with a yard sale and there's just no space. So I've been determined to make a post office, that way I know where my mailbox is always going to be and so it has a permanent home. So if you like Animal Crossing builds, if you like kidcore, if you like post offices, you should definitely subscribe to the channel. But without further ado, let's get into the build. So as usual, I started off by cleaning up the area that I wanted to work on. Somebody please teach me how to do this in real life. Thankfully, it wasn't that bad, just some flowers and a few trees, so honestly picking all of it up was easier than Uber Eatsing a plate of chicken Alfredo for the 37th time. Had to give some trees a concussion real quick so I could steal their life force in order to continue my pointless aesthetic activities, and after scooping all of them up, I started up the Island Designer app, secretly hoping that this time, just this once, I wouldn't accidentally erase a design I already put down. Spoiler alert, I did. So since I knew I was going to be using simple panels as the walls, I did want to keep the shape of the post office pretty like rectangular or square or whatever other shape, I don't know. I didn't take geology, but just a rectangle like this didn't really feel big enough, so I did add a little dongle on the end, and that's where I figured I would put the counter where all the post office employees yell at me for not filling out the correct form. I'm just kidding, I love my post office employees, I just can't read, please don't be mad at me. Next is putting down some tiles that look almost identical to the stone path I already put down, but listen, I just want some squares, okay? Instead of the circle blob thingies that are on the stone path. And of course, breaking up these plain gray tiles, like how Nintendo breaks my heart every single day when they don't release a new update for New Horizons, I added in some color variations of the city tile just to make it more interesting to look at and add in some pops of color. I did try to add these windows on the side, but I do end up getting rid of them later, so please do not get attached to them. I'm warning you now, please do not get attached. I did have a quick conversation with Henry, and he told me that he needs you guys to like this video, so please like the video because I'm really scared of what this frog is going to do to my island if you don't like the video. Anyways, you just saw the cute little pastel post office boxes that I put down, and I wanted to also have a post office sign to go with them, but I couldn't really find one that was like the specific kidcore vibe that I had in mind, so I did decide to make my own, and I used the colors from the boxes kind of like as a guide. I tried to make them match so that the designs match. I went with rainbow letters, and also while I was browsing custom designs, I did see a sign that had like a little duck holding a letter in its mouth, so that got me inspired to do a frog holding a letter in its mouth. And I also already have a frog custom design that I made for like the floor, so I tried to make this frog look like that frog I had made for consistency. Even though this design is fairly simple, it still took me a while, just like tweaking the colors and experimenting with things and adding the shadows on the letters or like little decorations in the background, but eventually I did finish it and I think it looks super cute next to the boxes. I started putting them down and I realized that I was going to need more simple panels, so after putting down the second one, I started heading back to my house to grab more, only to come across this. What is this? What's going on here? Who allowed this? Anyway, I got my simple panels and I came back and I started putting those bad boys down. Everything was looking super cute so far. I love how all the colors look together. And this is honestly like more pastel than I would really go with on my kidcore island, but honestly it's fine. I still love a good pastel every now and then. I was gonna alternate these panel designs, but I did decide to swap them instead so they look like this, and I think that looks much better. Next, it's time for furniture. Just call me IKEA because I somehow managed to fit this whole desk and more in my pocket. How does that work? Still don't know, but I do know that I'm obsessed with this locker and frog design combo. It breathes air directly into my mouth. It gives me so much life. And as I said earlier, I did get rid of the window simple panels because I felt like this space is so small to begin with, and the simple panels are like super tall and kind of block a bit of the area from your view, which is not ideal when you have limited space. And I know I'm using record boxes here, and this is a post office, but I invite you to use your imagination with me and pretend that these are colorful storage crates holding everyone's letters that need to be mailed out, okay? I also love that you can customize them, of course, so I slapped some designs on them, had a super quick existential crisis, and added some super simple space fillers to this teeny tiny area over here by the tree. I added a utility pole, mainly for more height difference, but I guess they can also use it for, I don't know, the automatic toilets in the bathroom. But now we're getting to my favorite part of designing, which is to add all of the smaller decorative items, which are really going to pull everything together and make this look more like an actual post office. I've never been to a post office that has like a writing desk, but I did want another like large piece of furniture included, so we can pretend that this is the little counter where they have the forms and the labels and the pens where you just like stand and fill them out. It was also looking a little empty behind the counter area, so I added a street light and a quirky little tree behind the panels to give it some depth and height. Next comes in the miscellaneous small items, including lots of cardboard boxes to represent packages. I don't know what my villagers are ordering off of Amazon. Tingy's probably on her 23rd shipment of sugar for her orange juice stand, but there are definitely a lot of boxes, so they need to chill out because it's getting pretty crowded over here. But speaking of it being crowded, if you watch my content or you've seen my other builds, you know that I love clutter and I love for things to be crowded, but for some builds I know that I'm going to be running through them and, you know, walking around, so I try to include multiple entrances and exits and to keep the middle like mostly free of items that I might run into. So while I wish I could have put a couple more boxes in the middle of this post office, I opted just to put those scattered papers for easy walking, easy travel, you know? And the ground was looking a little naked outside of this post office, so I went ahead and I used my water path that I use all around the island and I started putting that down. I didn't put any in-game tiles underneath of it because I just wanted to have, I don't know, I just wanted to have the tiles be free. They are free. They're not restricted by the in-game path this time. So I just made a super simple line, not really anything interesting because I could not continue the path up and to the right of the post office, but it's fine. Might spice it up later, but it's good for now. Instead, over on the right side in this empty strip of land, I just put down some little planks, very colorful. I love these planks. Some of the best custom designs that I have, and I just overlaid some other custom designs in between them just to make it more interesting to look at. And I almost forgot the entire point of this build, which was my mailbox, but I remembered right at the very end. So put down the mailbox, and that is pretty much it. This is really small, really compact, but it's exactly what I wanted it to be. Just a cute little small area, kind of like a little home for my mailbox. I really, really love it. I love the colors, I love the vibe, I love the clutter. 10 out of 10. 5 stars. So thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked it. I hope you got some inspiration. And that is always my goal. As always, feel free to copy or take inspiration from my designs. I am here to inspire you. You can copy every single thing if you want. If you would like my codes that I have used in this build or anywhere else on my island, I do have a link below. The code should be down below in my Google Doc that is dedicated to Leapfrog. As always, please like the video if you liked it and subscribe to stick around for more content like this. I also have a merch, a Discord server, all kinds of stuff. I have all sorts of juicy stuff for you down in the description below, so give it a read, give it a look, maybe click on some of those links. It would really help me out. Thank you once again for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one.